Okay, this is going to be a short and simple video. It isn't going to be too long. Now this is explaining on Doctor. Doctor, why exactly Doctor? Is because I see Doctor as a very broken killer at times. And I'm about to point out some factors on why I say he's broken. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't play killer. As you see, I'm a rank 19 killer, but I play survivor. So I'm mostly dealing with the pressure of being chased. So me being chased, I need to know my ins and outs to get away from that chase, or ways to distract the killer long enough for people to get gens done. It's how I work and it's how I do things. So I'm going to point out some factors right here. Okay, I would like to point out this is the perk setup I'm running. I'm running Sprint Burst, Resilience, Urban Evasion, and Borrowed Time. Those 4 perks, exactly what they do is Urban Evasion makes me crawl faster, or crouch faster, or walk faster while crouching. Sprint Burst gives me a boost to my sprint. Resilience makes it so that if I'm injured, I sabotage, heal, and repair gens faster. And Borrowed Time makes it so that if I take somebody off the hook, they get another chance of taking a hit without being downed instantly. And this is me just showing some of the other perks that some survivors use, like lightweight, balanced landing, will make it, unbreakable, sometimes epiphany. I've seen some survivors use it, and plunder's instinct. So pretty much I'm just showing right here, and if you go back to a little bit of that other piece, I show some of the other perks like dark senses, kindred, and stuff like that what other survivors use. Now this is a survivor that's already unlocked for you when you start playing the game. His character name is Jake Park. He's a very difficult, well, he's a medium-sized difficult survivor to use because of his perks and because he's a little bit slow as well as noticeable. If you look right here, Calm Spirit is pretty much, it makes it so that you don't alert the animals, which is pretty much the crows, inside the game, that whenever you run past them or walk past them, they sometimes fly away and just whatever sounds they make. But it also makes it so that you fight the urge to scream or yell. That's where Doctor gets most of the power, from screaming and yelling. But you don't see many survivors run this. It's because it's not really a good perk to run. A lot of people say it's a waste of a slot perk. Now this is one of Doctor's perks called Overcharge. It's a really decent perk because when you damage a gen, it gives a tremendously difficult skill check. And if you don't know what skill checks are, it's pretty much when you're working on a gen or you're sabotaging a hook. If you don't have a toolbox that has instructions on it, which is actually an add-on for the toolbox, which is a gray spot, pretty much you go into a action called a skill check. You will hear a little ding inside of the mic or inside of the headphones or whatever you're using inside the TV. You would hear that little ding to notify a skill check is about to happen. Now, pretty much when you damage a gen or mess up a skill check on a gen, it pretty much gives a 3% more reduction or 3% more damage on it. But it says 5 rare because it's the level 3 version. This is another perk that is also good. It's not broken, again, like the other one. Now keep in mind, these are level 3s because this is actually in a custom game setting. So pretty much I'm able to see all the perks. Now frankly, this one, all it does, it makes the consume rate on items, for instance, keys, pretty much med packs, toolbox and stuff, that increases the, what is it? The duration, whatever it's called, on it. So then pretty much it gets rid of it faster. This says 100%, but normally it's 80% for the level 1. Now this one, Monitor and Abuse. It is a very good perk. It's not broken. I don't see it as broken because all it does, it increases the terror radius by 8 whenever you're in a chase, but otherwise it decreases it by 8, so then you're not noticeable that easily when it comes to you looking around, and increases your field of view by 5 actually, but this one says 10 because it's the level 3. this is not what makes him broken. Now, this is where I say Doctor's broken, is because his terror radius is 32 meters, so all around him, 32 meters. His sprint speed is 115% or 4.6 movement speed. Now, you guys will say, okay, that's not broken, it's just me being bad, and I thought this. Agreeable. But frankly, his madness 1, 2, and 3, it's not, again, not what fully makes him broken, but it does add a little bit to it. For the fact that his ability called Static Blast, press and hold active ability button to perform a Static Blast, causing all survivors within Doctor's terror radius to scream. Survivors stuck by Static Blast gain 1 madness tier, and any interactions they are performing are immediately cancelled. So that means anything like fixing a gen, taking somebody off a hook, vaulting, palleting, any type of ability to go against the killer will be immediately canceled out. So stuff like sprint burst, stuff like dead hard, and I'm not sure about balance landing, but I've heard some people tell me that yes, it does also interact with that. But frankly, again, that's what makes him kind of broken. He has a pretty large terror radius for a killer, which, you know, well, it's a normal terror radius for a killer. But frankly, his ability, Static Blast, makes it really difficult to even handle him. He's really a character you can't really escape. The second you're in his terror radius, without even knowing it, you can be hit by his Static Blast and not even be able to counter it, because you're not knowing if you're in his terror radius or not. So pretty much that's why I kind of say he is a broken killer. His other ability, called shock therapy, is broken to an extent. It's not fully broken, but that killer can also spam that ability until his shock activation is able to not use it again. Now, like I said, that's what kind of makes him broken. He's not a killer you can really escape. The second you get into madness or madness 3, you are fucked. You're just screwed. Can't really counter it. There is no way to counter it. Calm Spirit, again, a perk that I really don't see any survivor really using, because it's either they don't think they're going to get the Doctor, or it's just not that useful, because it really isn't. There's nothing it does but help the animals not alert the killer too well, and pretty much not scream, but still not that useful. Now, right here, this is what really catches me. This is not a glitch. It is not a, it's not an error. It's a bug. That is a bug, because it's happened several times to me where he would be that far away, but he would still land a hit for no reason. That's really all I gotta say. Okay, I would like to say, if you reached it this far into the video, I'd appreciate it if you leave a like and subscribe, share, comment, whatever you would like to do. I'm not gonna say, oh, do it, or I'm eating your last cupcakes or something like that. I'm not that type. But frankly, I will be continuing on with For Honor videos again. I will be making more content creating again with videos instead of live streams, so you don't have to worry about that. I'm probably thinking about doing another Warden video, but have a nice day, y'all. Thank you.